Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to dive right into a collective message around the Divine Masculines. Let's jump in. Let's see what they want you to know, Divine Feminine. Okay, I'll wait for you. Can we get clarification around this? Jealousy, moving on. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we get I'll wait for you. Okay, but we also have moving on. Okay, and I do feel like... Didn't we just talk about this in last night's reading, guys? And I normally never pull two cards like this. I usually just work with one. But I think we talked about this last night with this Divine Feminine. You're either in another connection and that's waiting to be resolved. Like, they don't really have clarity that, like, you're sure about this connection being over with who you're currently with, and that you're Divine Masculine, you're there, you're holding space for them, but this energy is getting the best of them, okay? It might seem like you're moving backwards, Divine Feminine, okay? So many of you, I feel like you could be going through a situation where, like, you're in some kind of either karmic situation or soulmate situation, okay? And what I mean by moving backwards is I feel like the energy of, like, trying to disrupt the current life that you have. Like, you might share a lot of assets with your spouse or your long-term partner. I feel like many of you might even have attachments like children, or you share an apartment, or you share a home. You might own a business together, okay? Maybe your families are, like, super close, okay? And it would cause a lot of disturbance, a lot of mess in order to just abruptly end things. So I feel like for your Divine Masculines, they feel like at some point, like, this is not going to end. Many of you may be getting triggered over them as well, like doing karmic-y things, okay? They may be like blocking you and then going off into different karmic situations, jumping from one person to the next. It's basically to get a reaction out of you because they don't know how to hold space for the fact that you need time to resolve the situation that you're currently in, okay? Some of you could be at a distance from them, like in different countries. It's not that easy to just pack up and leave those situations behind, okay? So I feel like this reading is going to be just kind of digging into the fact that they really do have a lot of deep, strong feelings for you, and they're acting out of this energy here. It feels like you're just moving on from this, but I feel like for many of you, you're like, listen, I gotta go down this road in order to make this ending happen. Like, it might seem like I'm moving backwards because I'm continuing to stay, but stuff is coming up as I try to, you know, break down this tower. It might seem like you're building back up the tower because, see, the thing is, guys, like, when you go through these cycles of, like, trying to dissolve one situation, you go through natural human emotions of feeling like, okay, I've met my twin flame, I'm ready to end this current relationship. And then you go through the motions of ending that current relationship, and then you take 10 steps back because you realize, like, oh God, this is a lot of work, right? It's easier to just stay. It's easier to just endure. And then, of course, your twin gets triggered and goes off in the opposite direction. That's what I feel like is happening here. But they can't get away from the fact that they will wait for you, okay? They do have a lot of strong feelings here for you, and I think that they're, like, kicking rocks over it because they're like, damn, like, I hate the fact that I love you. I hate the fact that I can't move on, you know, watching you be happy in that situation. And it's like they may be blocking off their intuition as well from even trying to telepathically communicate with you by letting you know all these things because they feel like it's wrong, like they just need to stay away from you. Right? They may be seeing you on social media, and if you guys aren't posting, you're definitely getting tagged in pictures where it seems like you're out and about with your family or your significant other. Meanwhile, you guys are behind closed doors, definitely going through some sort of ending, but hey, pictures can paint 1,000 words sometimes when we don't have clarity on it, okay? So on top of that, I feel like they're watching you as well, but they're watching you in a way that's like, they're definitely triggering themselves by trying to search for clues about what it is you may be up to. Is there an ending going on there? But then I feel like their energy shifts from wanting to know to wanting to let go of you. Okay? But this is where they're ending up. I'll wait for you. It's like, damn. So many of your masculines may be learning how to just detach from you right now, not to be jealous of your path or your journey, even though, again, it may seem like you're moving on from them. I feel like you're actually doing what's necessary to create peace at this time in your life, because a lot of you, again, like I mentioned in the last reading pertaining to this, and I will definitely try to link it in the corner above so that you guys can relate to that video if this one resonates. But I feel like, you know, the thing for many of you is that you have no choice but to really do things by the book here. It's all about creating endings on the journey that, like, it doesn't continue to tack on karma for either of you, okay? And I think that that is becoming very clear here for you, Divine Feminine, because we do have religious factors here coming up. So many of you may feel like, again, you got to do things by the book because it is part of the spiritual path that you're on. So you're also learning to trust the journey and have faith that your Divine Masculine is going to be in this energy. Right now, you're feeling a little bit triggered. Like, you should be focused on your own life, right? Because you've made that decision to endure or to stay or to try your very best to have things end or unfold amicably. But I feel like they're there in the background. You can feel their energy here coming through as like, you know, it's trying to trigger you, okay? It may be eating you up that, like, I feel like both of you are under this illusion. They feel like you're moving on. Both of you are jealous of each other right now. That's what I'm getting. But it's like, what you guys can't see is that, like, you know, you're deeply in love with one another, okay? Your Divine Masculine is trying their very best to create unrequited love, okay? No chemistry here. I'm going to deny this. But I feel like the energy doesn't lie. Like, both of you feel triggered by one another. You definitely could be trying to block one another, trying to convince yourself that it's like, okay, whatever, I don't even care, you know? Just let them go off. But it's like, you know, maybe a day later you're just back on social media just trying to piece together what it is that's going on. But the clarity here is that, you know, this unrequited love, like, it can never be, like, it can never stay that way, right? I feel like maybe momentarily many of you might be like, you know what, this is never going to work. I have too much on my plate. This is not meant to be. Maybe this was all bullshit in terms of this whole journey. You know, I'm going to let it go. Someone is wearing a false mask in the relationship as well. But then it all boils back to this energy here, which is give the relationship a chance and past life relationship. Okay, so I do feel like this is why they get upset with you, Divine Feminine, because it feels like you are wearing a mask. Okay, and many of you may feel like you're pointing the finger at your Divine Masculines as well, but it's like you're wearing a mask. Look at you in those karmic situations, even though you have feelings for me. But I feel like, how can they proceed when you're still working something out? Okay, so again, many of you might be starting to feel the pressure of resolving some of these situations that you're in, and at least, like, continuing to have these honest conversations. And, like, I'm also seeing with the deception as well, you know, for the Divine Feminines, to be quite honest with you guys, it's like many of you are going to actually start coming to terms with the fact that, like, there needs to be an ending here. And as much as I want to have an amicable ending, I also can't wear a mask and pretend that it's like this is the whole happy family thing. I've really got to start drawing some firm boundaries here and really start, like, breaking things down and renewing the context of the relationship that I have with certain people in my life. Okay, because the thing that I'm getting for the both of you is, like, you guys want to give this relationship a chance, but, like, you guys can't be in a relationship with, you know, Divine Feminine. Like, I feel like I'm speaking to you guys in this reading, and it may just resonate, but I'm just trying to give you perspective on how your Divine Masculine feels. And I know you guys are definitely intuitively picking up on it as well, which is why they may be doing things to trigger you. But it's like they see you in this deception energy, right? It's like they know that you have feelings for them. And I feel like many of you may not even realize that it's like, you may be giving off the energy to your Divine Masculine that it's like, hey, I want to be here. I want to communicate with you. I want to exchange this intimacy with you. But it's like you may be still living with your spouse or your significant other. It's never going to click because they're masculines. Like, they have certain trigger points, right? You see this energy right here? Big. Big. Huge. Sorry, that's a little Pretty Woman, reference there. One of my favorite movies. But yeah, I do feel like this is a major trigger for them in this situation, no matter how pure your intentions are and how much you think you have control of trying to do the dynamic with your masculine and then in the situation that you're currently in. It's always going to be some kind of bump in the road there with the deception, okay? Because I feel like for them, it's never going to feel like it's fully coming together. So many of you, I feel like you're on the verge of... I want to say separation, but again, I don't want to trigger you guys, but it's like one of those necessary time outs where, Like you really end up gaining some clarity here and movement forward on the journey. What you do for yourself, your divine masculine also tends to fall in alignment with. Okay, so this deception is like both of you wearing a mask. And I feel like both of you wearing a mask is the fact that you both have this strong connection with one another. And there is a sense of both of you waiting for this somehow. And I feel like a lot of your divine masculine's aggression and anger and like some of the feelings that you may feel sometimes that's really anxious, it definitely comes from like not being able to let this go. They wish that they could let this go. You think they want to be tied to you while you're in another situation. They want to be able to just move forward, right? Do exactly what they're doing in a lot of these other karmic situations. But the problem with that is that the vibe, the energy with these karmics is not the same as the vibe with you. They want you. It doesn't matter what your situation looks like, divine feminine. You know, you yourself at times out of frustration might have told this divine masculine, like, listen, you know, like you got to move forward. My hands are tied here. And it might have really, really triggered them. Okay, some of you could literally be blocked at this point for speaking your mind by letting them know that it's like your hands are tied here. You know, like they don't want to be friends with you. They want more. And many of you might feel like you try to do that as best as you can, but then you hit that brick wall because you've got contracts that you have to attend to. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull an outcome card here for you guys. Okay, what are you meant to learn from this experience moving forward? Okay, as you guys just gain clarity with the clarity in third eye here coming through. Okay, we also have earth energy, so this might be significant for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be, but what exactly are you guys gaining clarity over as this separation approaches? Okay, so your limitations and your fears. Okay, so that is what you both are coming to terms with right now, which is why the energy feels very heavy. I feel like limitations and fears is about someone feeling afraid that they're going to lose you. Especially this divine masculine here. Okay, again, the jealousy energy is eating them alive to watch you move on, but they don't have clarity that you're actually not like moving on from them. You're actually you have to proceed with something. It's like watching two people get married, and it's like, oh my god, like it's so crazy to see two people make this move, and it's like two people who are not right for each other, for example, but it's like they have to go through that experience in order to gain the clarity over who each other really are. Do you see what I mean? Like this is the situation that I feel like is happening with you and your divine masculine. It's like your divine masculine may be seeing you experience something major, and it seems like you're moving on from this connection with them, but what they don't have clarity with just yet is that you're actually going through this situation in order to gain more information about who it is you are at a soul level, and that whatever it is you're going through is actually bringing you closer to union energy with them. That's this big thing that I'm getting in this reading, is like someone's going through something and it seems like you've forgotten about this journey in the process, but what you're doing is actually bringing you closer together. Okay, so that's what I'm getting out of this. I know this was a weird one, but I do hope that it resonates. I'm going to try to make the title as close to what's happening in this reading so that it reaches the right person, okay? That's what I have for you guys for now. If any of you are going through any of this and you need just someone to lean on, someone to talk to, someone to gain extra clarity with, go check out my Hipsy profile. I am there. You can literally call me. I'm just a phone call away. I do offer recorded services as well in terms of personal readings. I would love to work with you guys, especially if you are going through some difficult times, okay? All right. Otherwise, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.